Hello? 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 You know when you try to count in seconds, but you can't quite seem to anticipate. One elephant, two elephant, three elephant, four elephant. It just depends on how quickly you can enunciate the word elephant. Anyway. I hope you're all excited. I like the look of you this evening. You're a good-looking audience. Good-looking audiences are hard to find, as you can imagine at the moment. Looking audiences, good audiences, really any audiences, quite frankly. Have you got a beverage? I hear tell cabaret is most enjoyable with a glass of something chilled or warm, but definitely alcoholic. Not that I'm encouraging alcohol, just that, well, I know that it limbers me up. I can see you. Oh, what a beautifully proportioned eye that is. Not a bad bridge of nose either. You can see I tried to be creative and put a couple of little black dots under my eye. Aren't I a regular drag queen? Ooh, she went with the gothic grey lip. Cousin Tara's always tried to be a bit different, hasn't she? Ow! Ooh! 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 Oh, that tickles. 3, you were worse than 4. 0, you came back around again. Ooh! I can feel the tip of 7 on that little part at the end of my nose. 3 might as well just hook itself in there and be done with it. She looks like she's staring into your soul. And how is the state of your soul these days? Probably too big a question for 7 p.m. on a Wednesday night. One minute to go. Are we keen as beans means Heinz? Now, if you haven't gone to the toilet, that's okay. You can probably sneak out at any time. And the best part is, I won't notice you leaving. Well, the countdown is on, isn't it? Mr. Bond. Did you think you would get out of here alive? Oh, this is fun, isn't it? We should do this more often. Next time, you come to mine. Or I'll come to yours. I'm actually not sure how it works. Oh, shit. I better get ready. We're almost ready to go. See you soon. Good evening, my love eggs. It's Cousin Tara here, coming to you live from Strathmore, Victoria, the best West broadband. Welcome to Wukkas, an interactive, innovative, international live stream cabaret experience. When Melbourne International Comedy Festival was cancelled, my team thought that Wukkas was doomed forever. But thanks to the generous support of the City of Melbourne, Wukkas lives on. The web. Welcome to my quarters. It's nice to curl up in front of a toasty fire, isn't it? It seems like everything is virtual these days, which is why my team and I have put something together that is extra special to help fill that gaping hole in your heart left from live theatre. Thanks to YouTube Live, we are able to interact with you this evening. So do feel free to comment, ask questions. I'll be checking in with you about halfway through the show. And if you do take any photos and upload them to socials, hashtag Cousin Tara, hashtag Wukkas on the web. But that's probably enough from me now. So now's the time to unclench, relax, and get some Wukkas up ya. Anyone here looking for a friend? Wanna be my friend? Well, listen up, 'cause here are some ground rules. Friends, don't let friends drink and drive. Friends, don't let friends ride their bike without their light. Friends, don't let friends wander home alone. Friends, don't let friends hug the microphone. Friends, don't let friends wear Crocs. Friends, don't let friends wear Crocs with socks. Friends, don't let friends get fucked by Viagogo. Friends have got your back when you're being oppressed by the popo. How do you take your Devonshire tea? Cream on the jam or jam on the cream? How do you take your Devonshire tea? Cream on the jam or jam on the cream? How do you take your Devonshire tea? Cream on the jam on the cream? Cream on the jam? Well, that's Cornish tea, you fuckhead! I take it that way too, but I don't call it Devonshire. Friends, don't let friends fuck without protection. True friends don't care if you can't get an erection. Friends, don't let friends get a butterfly tattoo. Friends, don't let friends climb fucking Uluru. How do you take your Devonshire tea? How do you spell hyperbole? If you're a true friend, then you'll clap with me. If you're looking for a friend, be a friend to me. Come around to my house, you can pat my dog. Now we're at my house and I don't have a dog. I just wanted a friend and most people like dogs. Please don't leave, I don't want to be alone with myself. Lots changed for me in the last year. I premiered my first solo comedy show, Taranoia. Did you get to see it? I put a couple of comps aside for you. Normally reserved for media, but that's okay. It was a real ripper of a show. And it featured some pretty cool bangers. Yeah, it was all about my journey with anxiety. I'm still anxious. Still an anxious bug. It's a joke. I quit my day job. You know, the admin job at the community centre. Yeah, took me long enough. Regular income. Hashtag arts life. Oh, and the people. You know, it's the characters you meet. Comedy gold. Do you know who I miss? Penny. Penny was this sweet, eccentric old lady, and she used to bring me tea, she'd teach us crochet, she kept knives in her handbag. Oh yeah, knives. I'm talking butterfly knives, Swiss Army knives, knives that are spoons but look like knives. Knives. And we were in this part of like suburban southeast Melbourne where there was quite a bit of police presence. So every now and again we'd hear a siren go past and I'd just see her slip her hand into her bag and I'd have to say, "Put the knife away, Penny!" Sorry. I thought that quitting that job would kind of free me of that sort of thing, but she's still with me. I thought that quitting that job would give me more time to work on my craft. But really it's just given me more time to compulsively masturbate. Nah, I only masturbate when I'm anxious. So you better believe I'm fapping 24/7! It's a joke. Well, there's a lot to be anxious about, you know? We're in the middle of a pandemic. Global warming is still a thing. Trump's trying to start a civil war. We're just not where we need to be as a species. The other day, I was walking with Matt in Northcote and we spotted some tradies who were pulling up a nature strip and they had the cement there ready to pour it in. But what I noticed was how sad they looked to do it. And it was then I heard what was playing on their radio. I kid you not. They pay paradise and put up a parking lot. I mean, come on! I think about that a lot. I think about a lot of things a lot. Hence the name of my show that I was gonna do at the comedy festival this year. Wukkas. Do you get it? Like, no Wukkas, except Wukkas. It's ironic because I, in fact, have many Wukkas. I have a generalized anxiety disorder. I have medically verified Wukkas. And look, it's just feeling a bit too much for me at the moment, you know?
Every day the planet's situation worsens, desperation fills our hearts, and our pollies fill their pockets, and with every horrid headline my anxiety worsens too, to the point where I don't think I can go on. And 'cause I can barely make it through the day, I'm gonna try my best to help us on our way. Ergo, I'm buying every coffee cup from here to Italy, and I'm using every plastic straw I find. And I'm smoking 50 times a day, and I'm driving on the motorway to bring about the end of time. 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 The end of time.
was a lot. Maybe too much. But I worry about these immense issues, you know. I fret and I argue with folks online, but I'm also a total hypocrite. I find it hard to get through most days, and small conveniences really do help. Small, often disposable conveniences. But those small disposable conveniences are emblematic of bigger things, aren't they? Of greed and consumption and exploitation of natural resources. Are you hungry? Can we order in?
Hello, little fishy, nestled ever sweetly. Your keeper's tucked you in so you can sleep with all your little twinsies. So many baby fishies, safe behind the glass for all to see. I've given you names but can't tell you apart. I visit you daily from my metro apartment, frozen in time, static in space. You face your life here in this unlikely place. Your skin is hard, translucent, your red nose ever prudent for supping on the juices you contain. I squeeze your little tummy, a condiment for sushi, and discard what is left of your remains. And what will become of your skeletal form? Washing out to the ocean, lapping up on the shore. A mountain of fishies, devoid of their source. Translucent and still, no life, no remorse. I'd love for you to blurble with me. Do you know how to blurble? Simple. That's it, everyone watching at home. I dreamed of swimming with you in St. Colin's Arcade, cascading over shoppers and the purchases they've made, suffocating seabirds and businessmen alike. Bury me in tiny baby plastic fish tonight. Bury me in tiny baby plastic fish tonight.
Sorry. Where was I? Oh, meat. So, at the community centre, there was this English program. English as a second language program. And we had a lot of Muslim students take that class. And last year they decided to put on this lunch in celebration of Eid. And all the staff were invited, but only a handful RSVP'd.
RSVP.
And only 3 of us showed up. And it was sad because the students had gone to such lengths to put it all together. Now, I came along on the day just by chance. I hadn't RSVP'd.
I should have RSVP'd.
You know how it is. You can, then you can't, then you can. And because I could, then I couldn't, then I could, I hadn't given them my dietary requirements. And I rock up, and there's just this smorgasbord of food, right? But everything had meat in it. RSVP. I was one of 3 people at this luncheon when they were expecting 10. And the CEO, who was sitting next to me, had already eaten. What was I going to do?
I'd avoided meat for 8 years, but here I was, at the nexus of intercultural understanding. I had the power in that moment to literally break bread with marginalised people with whom I could learn from and offer kindness and enthusiasm for their culture and customs. I could single-handedly in that moment make change and undermine this country's terrible undercurrent of Islamophobia.
So what did I do?
I ate up. Om nom nom. Racism.
Om nom nom.
Discrimination.
Om nom nom.
White supremacy.
Aren't I a good person?
For 100,000 years, I've slept beneath the earth. But tonight I've been awoken by the burning and the broken. My koala brethren have cried out in the night to bring upon you humans my fury and my might. Witness me, koala. You down, I'll make you pay for every creature's fear and pain, a price for every sin. This is your day of reckoning. She'll break your scrawny bones, squish your face into the mud. Without the eucalyptus drink, I'll have to drink your blood. I've reached my final form, not so small and fair. And while we're on the subject, I'm not a fucking bear. Witness me, koala. Deliver up to me your wretched aristocracy. Bring me the heads of those who need a price for every sin. I'm looking at you, ScoMo. I bring you fear, I bring you rage. I cut you down, I'll make you pay is fear and pain. A price for every sin. Oh, a price for every sin. This is your day of reckoning. Oh, oh, oh,
Mom, look at that cute koala. Can I pat it?
Hello again. Welcome to the interval. It's that time for you to grab a drink, maybe a snack, an overpriced Magnum or glass of Pinot Gris if you're at the MTC. Maybe avoid that acquaintance that you spotted in the foyer before the show. Take a piss if you need to. I'll be here with my small glass of wine, reading some of your comments. Now, let's see here. Now, one of you asked, I think your name is Adele, whether Koali, the costume, was made or bought. And you'll be very happy to know that it was made by none other than Alana Coventry, our own in-house production and costume designer. Alana may have had a bit to do with this. Now, because we are live, there we go. Goody, goody. Let's see what else you've had to say to me. Alana, am I... I need some help from our production designer.
What was the question? I wasn't listening.
How to get the comments?
We need to get some comments.
If you want.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm going to invite my producer Nashida in.
Hello, Mum.
And while she sorts
and
that
Dad.
out, I'm just going to let you know that this production... Oh, there we go.
You're
I'll say that
welcome.
later. Bring back the megafauna. Thank you, Gerard. I think that's the kindest thing a man has ever said to me. Ollie says, I'm vaguely terrified, but loving it. I think that's what my parents said when I came out of the womb. Om nom nom. Om nom nom. If you have any questions for me, do feel free to post them now. Thank you very much, Griffin. It is amazing, isn't it? Okay, let's see what else. Oh, you're all beautiful. And thank you for blurbling along in that fishy song. I wonder if you could guess what it was really about. Why, thank you so much, Pebble Gosling. I enjoy the production values too. Oh, Jordan Broadway thought that this was totally pre-recorded. No, it's... If I didn't give it away before, I will give it away now. I am here with you live from Strathmore because the West is the best for broadband. Cat Evans wants to know whether I enjoy soup or curry. Volcano Los Dos? What's in the pipe? Dreams and ambitions. Is Koali single? Koali is married to the night. Why a koala specifically? Why a shiny body and not fluffy? Well, I think I imagine that I tend to go for glam over substance, so that's probably why. But do let me know. I think my optimum aesthetic is in a cat suit, and that's why I do love Alana Coventry very much, because she's made me 3 or 4 now.
Did Nasita discover you?
No.
I like to think I discovered Nasita. It was a couple of years ago at the Monash Uni Student Theatre Cabaret Festival, and I was backstage and I saw Nasita really give a couple of obnoxious young actors a talking to, and she wasn't much older than them.
I've been watching.
They don't know who I'm talking about. And I said from that day, wow, that young woman deals with conflict far better than I ever could. Slaying in that dressing gown. It's a smoking jacket. Nasita, your boyfriend says hello.
Tell him don't say that. Say
Okay,
hello.
cool.
Like a
How
normal
did you like the meat? I have to say that beef was pretty tasty. And I did go back for seconds. Purely out of respect, obviously. Okay. Maybe one more. What's another good one? What do your earrings say? That's a good one to finish on. The earrings say, don't touch me. Get it? Well, thank you so much for all of your comments. A small reminder that this show was free to access, but we do ask you to pay what you feel the show is worth if it is within your means. You'll find a PayPal link in the description in the description below, and also my production team is telling me it's in the banner at the bottom of the screen as well. And just to let you know, most cabaret shows in Melbourne, live cabaret shows vary from about $15 to $35 a ticket. So that's the average price for a ticket, but you please pay whatever you can. It is a tough time for a lot of people, and we wanted to share this with the world and really give everyone the access that we could. So no stress here. Now, we should probably get back to the show. Dad always used to say, fast game's a good game. But strangely, that never applied while he was watching cricket. Expectations can be funny, can't they? They can be reasonable, like, the postie will come tomorrow, or our Prime Minister will respond thoughtfully and compassionately to national crisis. Ah! But they can be toxic too, like the ones we have for ourselves. I've spent so much time beating myself up for not meeting the high expectations I have for myself. As a student, as a daughter, as a musician, as a competitive dog spotter. And I worry endlessly about failure. Failure is subjective too, isn't it? And I know that the world that we live in, the Western world, with its wealth-driven, fame-driven, conquest-driven versions of success, and late capitalism has forced us to judge and hate and reproach ourselves and ultimately each other for no benefit. No benefit, except the profit of a few and the exploitation of many.
Picture me 17, crying in the B block lavatory. I could have been school captain, but Holly bested me. It's always been the same grades and accolades, but she picked me at the post. And if I can't be the best, then what good is being me? Memories pop up on my screen from 2013. Woe is me, now a size 16, but then a 10 to 12 at most, I mean. I tried to listen hard to Lizzo in the car, but it doesn't get me far. And if I can't love myself, then who the fuck is gonna love me? I'm talking on the phone. I'm asking for a favour of a man I used to know. He asks me where I've been and I tell him music just didn't fit my scene. But I'm loving comedy. And he says, well, that's a shame, and that I might as well be dead, 'cause I didn't make it big by age 19. True story. Told the world would give me everything I need as long as I achieve. And I think, shit, you're more than the money you make. You're more than the mark of your age. You're more than the pain that you feel. Your multiplicity is real. You're more than the money you make. You're more than the mark of your age. You're more than the pain that you feel. Your multiplicity is real. Hey, you're more than the money you make. You're more than the mark of your age. You're more than the pain that you feel. Your multiplicity is real.
It's hard when you're an anxious bug to get things done, even with medication, therapy. It's almost like you're not well when you're feeling better, or when you fit better into the world. I remember when I first asked my doctor for antidepressants, she said, they should put it in the water. Well, it turns out they did. In a recent study of the river systems of the Dandenong Ranges, researchers found 60 different kinds of pharmaceuticals in that water. Alzheimer's medication, paracetamol, and SSRIs.
Out in the green of the Dandenong Ranges, where the rivers and creeks babble and run, the most idyllic of scenes, quintessent Australia, one lonesome platypus is not having fun. Pip sits alone with his beak to the ground, fretting and fearing the future unknown. From the next meal he eats to choosing a mate, he feels like he can't figure out on his own. La da da di da, da da di da da di da. Pip, the platypus, often feels burdened from a poor work-life balance and piking on friends. He often moves boroughs due to urban encroachment. He's burning the candle at both of its ends. La da da di da, la da di da da di da. Friends, you will note a turn in this story as Pip takes to the water for a chill, low-key piss. He finds himself caught in the force of the rapids, tumbling into the river's abyss. When Pip came to, he found himself at the bottom of the riverbed and, realizing his predicament, pushed himself off with all of his might. Gulping and gasping, he came up for air and dragged himself onto the bank, a lot worse for wear. Having just peed in that self-same river, he was unhappy for ingesting so much dank river water and feeling defeated by the river and life. he slunk into his burrow. La da da dee da, da da dee da, da dee da da dee da, la da dee da da dee da. When Pip awoke the very next morning, he noticed a change in his grim outward view. Suddenly hopeful, in awe and inspired, he emerged from his burrow, refreshed and renewed. It soon became clear that the water had changed him some magical property with a curative zeal. The fire, the flooding, the waste, and the deadlines could all be endured with its power to heal. Each day from then on, he'd go down to the river, ignoring detritus and trash on the track, while just up the road, the chuckle of loggers rebounded like water off a platypus back. Pip began meditation, taking mindfulness practice. He bought food in bulk and attended the gym, but it soon became clear that these positive changes weren't changing the world, just him. La da da dee da, la da dee da da dee da, da dee da, la da dee da da dee da. After some months, Pip's home became unlivable once more. Increased fire risk and food shortages forced the little platypus out into the dark unknown, despite his personal development and the intervention of the magical river. Pip looked out onto an uncertain future and thought how many litres of liquid perspective could bring back the trees, the friends he had lost, and the comfort of home. La da da dee da, la da dee da da dee da, la dee da, la da dee da la da da dee da, la da dee da da dee da, la da dee da da dee da, la da dee da da dee da.
It's all getting a bit bleak, isn't it? I know what'll cheer us up. A drinking song. Do you know any? Oh, that's all right. I've got one. It's been passed down from generation to generation. That's 2 generations. From my Uncle Greg to me.
I don't believe in fairy tales. I'm objective, a merchant of truth. The world isn't ending, well, not that I've seen. So have a pint with me. I'm tired of these extremists running wild, scaring children with their hateful diatribes. Come on, you know the future can be bright. If you're 55 and male and straight and white, she'll be right, she'll be fine. If ScoMo prays, then I'll sleep sound tonight. If there's a choice, or if there's a bind, well, it's someone's job to fix it, but it won't be mine. She'll be right, she'll be fine. We're too advanced and far too civilized. I can't believe that scientific minds won't save the day. Oh yeah, we'll be alright. And I'm all for believing what you like, as long as you are quiet and polite. And I know that most Australians are on my side, because that's the thing about a silent majority. You can say whatever you think they think. It's Schrodinger's Australian silent majority. She'll be right. She'll be fine. There'll be some breakthrough that's gonna save our hides. Don't live in fear. Don't read the hype. Just keep your head in the sand. We're gonna be alright. You know the problem with the young people today? They're always angry, always shouting, always sad, and always changing genders. I've worked too hard to see my country get taken over by the POC, PC, LGBT police. The snowflake, trigger warning, clementine fording, undercut, mocha frappuccino latte conspiracy, letting any Tom, Dick or Habibi in to take my job, ban Christmas and smear halal Vegemite all over my children's genitals. Now, I wasn't getting angry. No. I'm just telling it like it is. She'll be right. She'll be fine. There'll be some breakthrough that's gonna save our hides. Oh, don't live in fear. Don't read the hype. Just keep your head in the sand. Oh yeah, we'll be alright. Gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright if ScoMo prays. Oh yeah, we'll be alright.
Do you remember those tradies I was telling you about in Northgate? Well, Matt and I decided to walk back that same way that day, because I felt like there was some sort of prophetical aura around them. And they were still there, working, and the radio was still playing. And I remember hearing one of them say, "God, the music's depressing today." And I feel like a lot of what we're faced with right now is incredibly depressing and undeniably Wukkas inducing. And like that poor tradie's radio, sometimes I feel like I can't turn it off. Do you know the song? Look, you probably heard it. It goes, you're the inspiration.
No.
Oh. I guess it's kind of niche. I mean, I only heard it a little while ago myself. And
I don't know music.
You don't?
No.
Right.
I'm not really sure what you want from me, Tara. I mean, maybe if I were actually here, I could offer some kind of advice.
You're not here?
No, I'm not. I'm only available via phone consultation. I'm isolating. As are you.
What?
This is your house, Tara. I am merely a manifestation of your lockdown anxiety and your pathological need for an audience to bounce off.
Fuck! You're right!
But I personally think that while we have a responsibility to each other and to the earth, we must keep our rebellions mighty in spirit and be kind to ourselves. Self-affirmation, not self-flagellation.
Profound. Well, that's all we've got time for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in, for trying something a little bit different.
If you've enjoyed the show, please do follow us on Cousin Tara's socials. On Instagram, we're at Cousin Tara. On Facebook, follow Tara Lee Dowler. I'm also on Twitter. The show will be up for 2 more weeks, so please do share it with your friends and let them know that it's a pay-as-you-feel show. So if they do have some money to spare and they enjoy the show too, they can contribute via our PayPal as well. And while we're on that note, many artists, many good artists, talented artists I know have been overlooked by the federal government during COVID-19. They've been overlooked for any kind of funding, and there are a number of artists who have worked on this show, over 15 artists, and I ask that you do give generously if you can to help support those people at this time who have worked so hard on this show. I think you'll agree. It's pretty great. I want to thank Alana Coventry and Nasita, who have been our operator and our... they're both operating. They've done so well. Live streaming multiple feeds is not an easy feat, so they've done so well. But look, that's probably all from me tonight. So it's goodbye from Cousin Tara. Don't let the Wukkas get you down.